The desert wind howls across the Giza plateau tonight, carrying secrets.
For 4,000 years, the Great Stone Mountain has remained silent.
But tonight, in the year 2026, the silence breaks. What if I told you history is about to be rewritten? Before we unlock the chamber, hit that subscribe button right now.
We are standing on the precipice of the discovery of the century.
The year is 2026, and the world is watching.
Arc lights cut through the dusty darkness like surgical knives tonight.
Dr. Sarah Elbaz stands by the monitors, her hands trembling. She knows that one mistake could bury her career in sand.
The new Muon scanners are humming with a low electric threat.
In 2017, they found a void, but it was blurry. Today, the resolution is 1,000 times sharper than ever before.
We are not looking for ghosts. We are looking for metal.
But no one expected the reading that just appeared on screen. The smell of ozone and stale coffee fills the control tent.
A sudden beep from the console makes every heart stop beating.
The density map is shifting, revealing shapes we cannot yet understand. Comment your theories below. Is it a tomb or a machine?
To understand this moment, we must go back to the beginning.
Khufu built this monument not just as a tomb, but as a puzzle.
Architects have argued for centuries about the purpose of the Grand Gallery. The big void sits directly above it, a massive empty space. It is large enough to park a commercial jet inside it. Why leave such a massive cavern sealed off from the world? Some say it was for structural relief. Others whisper of aliens.
But tonight, the data does not care about our silly superstitions.
Back in the tent, the screens flicker with a green glow.
A shape is forming in the center of the void now.
It is not a pile of rubble. It is geometric.
Perfect right angles are emerging from the chaos of the pixels. The muon flux indicates a material much denser than limestone blocks.
Could it be the legendary Iron Throne of the star gods?
If you are scared of the truth, click away right now.
The lead engineer wipes sweat from his brow, his eyes wide.
He mutters something about radiation levels spiking off the charts tonight.
This is not just stone. This is something active and alive.
Ancient texts speak of the Ben stone, a meteoric power source. For years, we thought it was a myth, a metaphor.
But the scan is showing a high-density object suspended there. It appears to be floating in the center of the chamber.
Physics says that is impossible, but the screen does not lie.
Outside, the dogs of Cairo begin to bark in unison.
It is as if the ancient guardians are waking up now.
If we breach this wall, we might unleash a curse. Or perhaps we will unleash a virus trapped for millennia. Share this video if you think we should open the chamber.
The image sharpens again, revealing intricate carvings on the object.
They look like circuitry, but carved into solid black basalt stone. This technology does not belong in the 4th dynasty of Egypt. Remember the Battery of Baghdad? This is on another level.
Dr. Elbaz is crying, tears streaming down her dusty cheeks.
She realizes everything she taught her students was a complete lie. The pyramid was never a tomb. It was a power plant.
The muon density confirms a hollow channel running to the apex. It connects the big void directly to the king's chamber below. We are looking at the engine room of the ancient world.
And we are like children playing with a loaded handgun tonight.
Suddenly, the power in the control tent dies without warning. Screams erupt in the darkness as the emergency lights fail too.
Did the pyramid just react to our intrusive cosmic ray scan? Low hum vibrates through the floor, shaking the coffee cups.
Is coming from deep beneath our feet, inside the stone.
This is the part of the story they will try to censor.
Make sure you have notifications turned on so you do not miss.
Backup generators kick in, sputtering, coughing smoke into the night air.
The monitors flicker back to life, but the image has changed.
The object in the void has moved closer to the wall. Inanimate objects do not move inside sealed chambers for 4,000 years. Unless it is not an object, but a sarcophagus of someone. Could Khufu himself be waiting in that cold darkness up there?
Or perhaps it is Imhotep, the architect who became a god.
The thermal scans show heat rising rapidly from the void now.
The interior temperature has jumped 20 degrees in 10 seconds flat.
This is impossible unless there is a heat source generating power. The desert night suddenly feels very cold, despite the heat inside.
Security forces are moving in, pushing the scientists away from screens.
The government does not want you to see what happens next. We are leaking this footage because the world deserves the truth.
Drop a like if you support the Freedom of Information Act.
Let us look closer at the object before the signal cuts out.
It is cylindrical, metallic, and pulsing with a faint blue energy.
It looks like the core of a modern nuclear reactor, but ancient.
Did ancient Egypt have access to fission or fusion energy sources?
This would explain how they cut granite like it was butter.
Remember the saw marks at the Giza plateau that confuse experts.
They required power tools, and now we have found the battery.
Dr. Elbaz is arguing with the general, pointing at the screen. She is screaming that we must shut it down before it explodes. But the general is smiling, a cold and calculating military smile. He does not see history. He sees a weapon for war. If this technology gets out, the balance of power shifts forever. The screen glitches violently, turning into static and white noise. The last thing we see is the object opening up slowly. Something is crawling out of the metal cylinder in the dark, and then the connection is lost, leaving us in the dark. We may have just woken up something that should have slept. What do you think was inside that cylinder in the void?
Subscribe and hit the bell for part 2 of this investigation.